Hi, I'm Becky, and I am reading today with you how to use power phrases. A power phrase is short, it's specific, it's a targeted expression that says what you mean and means what you say without being mean about it. Who can't use that, right? There's a balance into your power. So I'm reading now from page 11. Effective communication comes from balance, a balance of power. Your words, when you find the alternative, there's a pendulum of aggression to suppression. You either say what you mean or you don't say it, or you explode when you say it. We want to find a balance in there. You can be completely clear and respectful at the same time. You can speak powerfully without being overpowering. You can get what you want without resistance or resentment. You can talk the walk you want. There is a middle ground. Power phrases are spoken from that middle ground. Not only that, power phrases don't just tell how to approach a conversation, they tell you what to say. When you hear your meaning expressed in power phrases that will get you heard, you have a sense of recognition and empowerment, effectiveness in your own life. If you relate if you relate to every single story that you hear me bring up through this book, take heart. You're normal. Yeah, that's why this book was written, to teach us some power phrases, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to go through the ABCs of power phrases, and I'm just going to hit it real quick. Power phrases are short, they're specific, they're targeted, they say what you mean what you say, and you aren't mean when you say them. Let's go real quick. My friend's Eric's words were short. We were working on a project together, and he asked me, are you aware that you're coming across condescendingly? Condescendingly? Can't say the word. Condescending with me. Condescending with me. There we go. I never criticize someone when they can't pronounce a word, because they probably learned it through reading. That's what I learned. Anyway, okay, so power phrases are short. Eric's phrase, are you aware that you're coming across as condescending with me? It wasn't emotional, it wasn't mean. He just wanted me to know how he felt. Aggressive communicators often use too many words to communicate a message. They want to drive the message in and power it home, right? Power phrase communicators are simple. They don't need to control the response of the listener. They focus on clarity. They're fluff free. This book is kicking my butt. Power phrases are specific. Eric told me, and this is the author speaking, by the way. Eric told me that I was condescending. He was specific in his word choice. He didn't just say he didn't like the way I'm talking to him. It was because his words were so specific that they had truth, and they hit me hard. Specific wording is like a sharp knife that cuts through defensiveness, and vague words are like trying to cut a tomato with a plastic knife. Eric's words were targeted, and that's why they're effective. That's why they work. Power phrases are targeted, right? Target your word for the results you want. Why are you speaking? Are the goals in your own mind clear? Let's say someone's screaming at you and they're telling you off and they're going ballistic, and the first thing you want to tell them is calm down. And what kind of result does that? Does that make them calm down? Usually the opposite, right? Think about the goal first, and we're gonna talk about how that works. Say what you really mean. Have you ever told somebody off in the heat of the moment, and then later you're like, I didn't, they repeat it back to you, or they say that, and you're like, I didn't say that, I didn't mean that. You thought you meant it, and when you settle down, you realize you're reacting to the moment and not speaking from who you really are at your core. Clear communication requires clarity within yourself before you can be clear with anybody else. Power phrases mean what you say. Are you willing to back your words up with action? If you tell somebody, I need those reports by 9 a.m. to have them processed by 5 p.m. and they bring them to you at 11 a.m., do you get them processed anyway? Don't kid yourself. Nobody will take your words seriously unless you do. Okay, power phrases are not mean. It's not mean to say something powerful. Okay, so let's see why. They're not venting, they're not dumping, they're not unloading. When Eric said, "Do you realize you're coming across condescendingly?" he was clear, powerful, and respectful. Don't indulge in sarcasm, mixed messages, or side swipes. Sometimes people think power phrases are kind of gotcha phrases. I love your hair. Do you cut it yourself? That is not a power phrase. Unless you really mean that, right? If you love their hair because they cut it themselves and you want to learn something, okay, whole different meaning. Don't sideswipe. Okay, we're going to go much, much deeper, but that's enough. Oh my goodness, I've talked 6 minutes. Time to finish. Talk to you soon.